The Premier League title race is over. It is Arsenal's to lose. Man City 2, Tottenham Hotspur 2. This was a game that Man City should have won easily. But this has been the problem of Man City throughout the season. Whenever a team goes at them, whenever a team puts pressure at them, then they crumble. They bought Gray to strengthen their defense, but their defense is still woeful. They are never able to keep leads. Their defense have been shaking, and Rodri, since coming back from injury, has never been the same. Nico Gonzalez really was tightening up the midfield and was putting up performances. That was making Man City get wins. Due to his injury, Rodri came back to the team, and he has still never been the same since his ACL injury. Tottenham Hotspur is not a team that Man City should draw against. They've had a terrible season. They have one of the worst record at home when you compared all the 20 teams in the Premier League. So this was a team that Man City should have battered. And they also have a lot of players injured. Van der Ven didn't play. Jed Spence was injured. A lot of their players, starting players, Mohamed Kudus was also injured. They've not been able to have a fully fit team throughout the season. And Man City coming in with Haaland, coming in with the red-hot form of Semenyo, Cherki, Foden, Tijani Rangers, Gehi. You bought all these players, and we're expecting you to at least challenge Arsenal for the title, because Arsenal should have run away with the title by now. But then they also kept dropping points against teams they shouldn't have dropped points. So this was Arsenal, this was Man City's chance to close the gap back to 4 points. And then what did they do? They were on top in the first 45 minutes. And the second half, the moment Tottenham put pressure on them, the moment Tottenham came out to play, they crumbled. It was the same against Chelsea when Man City dominated the first 45 minutes, should have won the game in the first 45 minutes. The moment Chelsea tweaked and came out to them, you could see how shaky they were, and Chelsea equalized at the death of the game. So this has been Man City throughout the season. The Premier League, people will say it is competitive. I do not disagree about it being competitive, but there is one thing that I disagree about, is the quality of the league. You can be competitive and then the quality can be garbage. And this is what we are seeing today. The Premier League quality is totally garbage. The teams, the 19 teams, excluding Arsenal, have been woeful. They cannot string results consistently. Look at Manchester City. They win today, they lose tomorrow. They string 3 wins together and then they lose their 4th game. Look at Liverpool. After buying over 500 million players, they've not been able to perform on the pitch. Chelsea, nothing to write home about. Look at Manchester United. They started with Amorim. They couldn't even, there was a point, they couldn't even put in 3 wins together. Michael Carrick, who is doing a fantastic job, interim manager, 3 games, 3 wins. It seems like currently the informed team is Manchester United. Looking at the Premier League, look at the distance between the 8th position and even the 4th position. It's more like just 6 points between those teams. That is how terrible the Premier League has been. It is competitive, but the quality of the teams are all the same. There is no difference in quality between the teams. It is Arsenal. Arsenal is the only team that have been able to put consistent performance week in and week out. And that is why they are going to win the league. And it's time for Man City to talk about Pep Guardiola. Has he lost his groove? Has he lost his panache? Because the moment things get at him, he crumbles. The team crumbles. I think Man City is going to fall into the bracket of Chelsea, Manchester United, Aston Villa, and then Liverpool for the 2nd to 4th position. That is what I think. Arsenal has won the league, and it's time we all just accept it that Arsenal has won the league, and there's nothing we can do about it because the rest of the 19 teams are all garbage. Kudos to Tottenham Hotspur for coming out to play in the second half and getting a point, because there was a point you were in the relegation zone. This point will help you to widen the gap between you and West Ham. But it was a good point for Tottenham Hotspur. No, hit the like button, subscribe to Bulldozer TV. Until then, cheers.